Hello dear aspirants and welcome to EduTap. So guys, if you are appearing in RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam for the year 2026, this video is for you. Guys, I know that there are only few days left in your exam. I think there are only 3 weeks left in your Phase 2 exam, and I am sure that you must be giving your best for all the three components, all the three stages of this exam. Now there will be three exams conducted on the same day: finance and management, economic and social issues, as well as descriptive English. So we need to target all the three sections and we need to see how can we achieve the best out of it. But in this video we will discuss how do we approach essay writing in descriptive English part. See guys, essay writing is the most I should say the challenging aspect of the paper that students tell me, because of the unpredictability. You don't know what topics could be thrown at you. You don't know what you have to write and how do you have to frame it in your own words. So all that has to be done instantly in the exam. So that is a huge mental block for the students. So today let's decode that how can we write a very good essay in our exam with rationality and including all the aspects of the topic, and how should we go about practicing for the same. So we'll discuss all that in this video. But before we go any further guys, I would like to inform you about our special courses. Now guys, these courses will help you in your journey ahead. Now if you're preparing for phase 2 exam, now what you have to do is you just have to visit our website, which is by the name EduTap, EDUTAP, edutap.in. And as you search edutap.in in your browser, you will see all the courses available to you. The first tab is for RBI courses. Click on this, go down, and you will see the courses available to you. Now guys, now these are special courses. Now this is a course which you would really need for your exam. Phase 2 live crash course. You can enroll in this. The classes are all going on and some classes are already done. So you can watch the sessions in a recorded manner and you can have your doubts and discussions with me as well. So this is a phase 2 live crash course where you will find descriptive English classes as well. And then you have your test series for phase 2 as well. You can join this test series. This will give you all the previous year questions, chapter wise mock test, current affairs mock test, and full length mock test for your descriptive English, descriptive FM, and descriptive ESI part, which will be evaluated by us. So you have 5 full length mock tests for all the 3 sections, and when you write your answers, we will evaluate these answers for you. We will give you our detailed assessment and feedback on your answers. So this is also a very useful source as of now. So if you haven't enrolled in this, please do that, because this will help you in the simulation of the exam. So come join us, streamline your preparation and make your journey constructive and fruitful for yourself. And if you're looking for some recorded classes and foundation classes, then you can join the silver course, which is only for phase 2 and interview. So choose your course wisely and start your preparation, because there is not enough time left in the exam. So let's understand guys why essay writing is the most challenging part and how can we approach it in the exam. See guys, the fear of essay writing in RBI Grade B exam usually stems from 3 things. Number 1, the pressure of ticking clock. I mean, you have to fight the time. The fear of running out of quality content. And third, the intimidating blank screen. So guys, you have to start everything on your own. You have to present everything on your own. So you need to be sure that what you have to present, what content you need to direct, and how how much time should you take to complete all this. So that has to be mastered. See guys, because the exam requires you to type your response on a keyboard, mechanical anxiety gets added to the mix. That's another angle, that you have to not write but type your answer. So overcoming this fear isn't about memorizing hundreds of essays. It is about building a repeatable system. That is what we teach in our lectures guys. How can you follow a specific cut and write method that you can use in your exam? What should be the structure that you can follow, right, for any or every essay that you are writing? So it is about building a repeatable system that takes the guesswork out of the examination hall. So you will not be guessing what you are writing. You will be sure of what you have to write in the exam. So let's decode this and let's understand how can we master essay writing. All right, so do watch the session till the end and don't forget to like the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're here for the first time. Now, guys, in your phase 2 exam, you'll have 3 papers. Paper 1 will be your economic and social issues, which is basically divided into 2 parts, objective type and descriptive type. Now, 50%, 50 marks are allocated to your objective type, and then for other 50 marks, you'll have your descriptive paper, right? Now that is the 100 marks weightage for your ESI paper. Similarly, in paper 3, finance and management, 50 marks are allocated to objective type multiple choice questions, and 50 marks are allocated to descriptive questions, descriptive answers, right? But if you understand this, guys, in English, you do not have any objective part. You only have descriptive part for 100 marks. So you'll have to write only 3 answers for 100 marks. And that is why this descriptive paper becomes a game changer in your exam. You write less, but you score more. So you have 90 minutes and you only have to write 3 answers, three questions in the answers. So, and that is worth 100 marks. So that is why descriptive English becomes the game changer. Why? Because in FM and ESI, you first have to target objective questions. Then you have to write your descriptive answers, and you have to do both for 100 marks. But in English, you only have to write 3 questions. So that is why English becomes a game changer in this exam. Even in that, see, precis writing and reading comprehension are doable. You have a source of reference in the exam. You have the passage in front of you, which you can read and which you can refer to frame your answers. But in essay, everything has to be written in your own words from the very scratch. Right, so how do we do that? How can we overcome this? Now, guys, first look at the topics that were given last year. In the year 2025, guys, the topics were: first, India is committed to reducing the emission intensity of its GDP by 45% by 2030 from 2005 levels as part of its updated nationally determined contributions, NDCs. So what is the way forward for this? So you have to be aware of what is happening around you. So this was a current affairs based topic about nationally determined contributions to emissions, right? Second was shift in advertisement strategies from paper billboards to digital billboards. So role of technological change in media. This was a static topic. Third was how can youngsters help older people in keeping up with times in education sector? How can youth help older people to accept technology and use it for their education? And fourth was we are copying startups of Western countries. Are such startups relevant for developing countries like India? So guys, I've already given you 30 tentative topics in one of my previous videos. If you haven't watched it, do go to the channel, this channel only, EduTap channel, EduTap regulatory body channel, and search for tentative essay topics for 2026, and you'll find a special video which only focuses on tentative topics for this year. So go watch and go use those topics for your preparation. But understanding the analysis of these 4 topics, what can we say? What are the key patterns that are observed in the exam? First, the category split. There is always one topic based on economic and social issues. Economy, social and international topics. They dominate 40% of the topics every year, followed by finance, followed by current affairs and technology, management, and there is always one static or a topic which is based on a quote by some eminent personality. What are the recurring themes? Climate change, digital transformation, employee management, India specific economics topics that are given to you in your exam. So what is the format that we usually see? One topic for ESI, one based on finance and economy, one based on social or management vertical, and one topic based on current affairs. So these are basically the recurring themes we have been able to observe in this exam. So what could be the emerging trends for this year? Do read up about AI, role of AI in banking, role of AI in fintech, role of AI in whatever you want to say, right? Data computing, analytics, whatever. Geopolitics featuring more prominently in the recent years. So these are some and fintech. These are some very important topics or very important trends that you must look into when you are preparing for this exam. Now, how do we prepare for this exam, guys? First of all, let's demystify the perfect essay. Guys, do you think there is something that is called right essay or a wrong essay? Guys, there is no such thing as a right essay or a wrong essay. It's only good essay and bad essays. That's it. So how do you demystify the perfect essay? Now, many aspirants fail to score well because they try to write a literary masterpiece. They want to be Shakespeare in the exam. That's what they think descriptive English is for. No, it is not. So you are not supposed to show off your, your verbatim or your vocabulary skills, or um, how verbose you are with your sentences. No, that's not what they're looking for. So guys, they're not looking to hire Shakespeare's out there. So many aspirants fail to score well because they try to write a literary masterpiece. The RBI is not looking for Shakespearean vocabulary, as I told you. They are evaluating your clarity of thought, how clear you are with your answer, structured thinking, do you think like a regulator, and expression of your ideas. Do you think in a biased manner or in an unbiased manner? So an RBI essay scores high when it is objective. I mean, you don't beat around the bush, you write only the objective part. Data backed, it has to be supported with statistics, data, reports, schemes, and grammatically precise. And there should be minimal grammatical or punctuation errors in the exam, or spelling errors in the exam. That essay will fetch the highest marks possible. If your essay is objective, that is to the point, data supported, I mean, it is not written on your basis of your opinions, but it has to be based on your research, and then it has to be grammatically precise. Now, once you realize that a simple, well structured essay beats a complex, chaotic one every single time, half the fear vanishes. So it's not about writing like a Shakespeare, or if somebody is using better vocabulary, he'll be scoring more than you. No. If you write a very objective essay, to the point, good content, good supporting details, good thesis, and then minimal grammatical mistakes, that essay will fetch the highest marks possible. So that is called the perfect essay for your exam. Please understand this, guys. And I've taught this numerous times in my lectures and even in your courses as well. Now, second step, how do you master the three-step writing process? So what are the three steps that you need to master if you want to write excellent essay in the exam? Now, fear thrives in chaos. When you don't have a plan, your mind panics. That's true. To eliminate this, divide your allotted time. That means usually a part of combined 90-minute descriptive section into three distinct phases. So you divide and you allocate time to your answers before you plan, before you walk into the exam. So 35 minutes for essay, 25 minutes, 20 minutes for Pressy, and somewhat around 35 minutes for reading comprehension again. That is the ideal time for your answers. 35 minutes for essay, 30 minutes for your RC, and 20 to 25 minutes for your Pressy writing. If you can achieve that, you'll be able to score really well in the exam. So what are the three steps that you need to undertake when you are writing your essays? First is the brainstorming step, which takes about 5 to 7 minutes. Never start typing immediately as you choose your topic. Pick your topic and jot down a quick skeleton on your scratch pad, on the rough piece of paper you will be given in the exam. So write down or make a rough draft basically. What is your central argument? What are the three main points supporting it? What are RBI policies, schemes, or committee reports that apply to this topic? Think about those and note them down on the rough piece of paper. Then, after you are done doing your brainstorming and rough drafting, then you start with your typing, which will take around 20 to 22 minutes. Now, focus purely on flow now. Look at the topics, the points that you have written in your rough piece of paper, and then try to execute those those points. So focus purely on the flow now. Write standard paragraphs, that means equal length paragraphs, and formal language. Stick to the classic structure: introduction, body, and then conclusion. That is the safest and the best structure to any answer that you can think of. Define the core term, state the current context or relevance, and outline your stance. So start with the background of the topic. Then in the body paragraphs, dedicate one paragraph to each distinct idea. That is, let's say for example, one paragraph for economic angle, one paragraph for structural challenges, one paragraph for technological solutions. So segregate your essay into different paragraphs. Back your claims with hard facts like referencing India's green hydrogen mission or specific financial literacy initiatives rather than making vague statements. So do not make opinionated or vague statements. Write specific points and specific data answers. for your for your body paragraphs. And in conclusion, summarize all the points that you've written in your essay and closed with a balanced, forward looking and optimistic view, that is basically having a good way forward, that what should be done in the future in this regard. So that should be a clear structure of your essay. If you want to understand what could be a detailed breakup of your essay, I have given those lectures in your courses. ICEP CSC. So ICEPs is introduction, then social angle, economic angle, then what are the prevalent challenges, what are the viable solutions, what are the political measures put in place by the government, then you give a way forward, and that is the safest way of writing an essay. And third part is your editing part. Now guys, usually you have to do your editing as you go in the exam, but 2 to 3 minutes, let's keep them in buffer for your editing. Leave time at the end to check for typos, spelling mistakes, or grammatical mistakes that you might have made or you might have done in the answer. The software used in the actual exam doesn't have a built-in spell checker or autocorrect, so make sure guys you do your manual proofreading. So in your like in your Word document, when you type a mistake, it underlines it in red, but in the actual exam it will not have work. So you'll not be highlighted any mistakes, so you'll have to proofread your mistakes on your own. So make sure that you have time to improve your mistakes after you complete your answer. Okay, so these are the 3 steps that you have to master in your essay writing. Got it? Then how to shift from topic cramming to theme building. Another angle is, sir, how many topics can we cover like this, or how many topics do we need to cover? Guys, you can't cover countless topics that are that are potential for this year, right, that are potentially important for this year. You can't cover each and every topic. So how do you prepare for all the topics organically? You prepare for themes rather than topics, verticals. So if you prepare for a vertical, any topic that falls under any of these verticals will be, you'll be able to write on that topic because you know about the vertical itself. So a common trigger for anxiety is the fear of getting an unfamiliar topic. You can easily bypass this by preparing broad macroeconomic and financial themes. So you can easily bypass this topic cramming by preparing for broad macroeconomic and financial themes rather than isolated topics. Most RBI essays revolve around repeatable sectors. If you prepare 4 to 5 solid data points, a relevant government scheme, and a global best practice for each of these core themes, you will have the building blocks to assemble an essay on almost any topic they throw at you in the exam. That's the truth. So what are the core themes? Financial inclusion and technology, like fintech regulation, CBDC, digital divide, cyber security. Under sustainable development, green finance, climate risk and banking, renewable infrastructure transition. And in socio-economic shifts, generative AI and job market evolution, the role of human-centric skills and corporate governance. So if you prepare for these verticals along with climate change, healthcare, education, migration, and role of AI, right, changing the changing dynamics of global trade, right? So if you prepare for such verticals, you will be able to write on at least one of the topics that are thrown at you in the exam. So that is our perspective. We should be ready for any and every topic. And how do you prepare for the topics? Prepare for themes, verticals rather than topics. That is the important part. Now guys, another thing that you need to remember is it's not just that how much you read would be enough for your essay. You also need to practice it in a time bound manner. So the ultimate antidote to fear is familiarity. So you practice in a time bound simulation of your exam, of the interface of your exam. So stop writing on paper. The RBI exam is fully digital. Practice typing your essays on a basic desktop keyboard. So guys, if you are using your laptops, please buy an old rusty keyboard, right? Keyboard from your that we used to use in your PCs. So buy a old keyboard and start using it connected with your laptop, because guys, you'll be writing your answers on a keyboard, and keyboard is different from your laptop. So make sure you practice on a rusty old keyboard, desktop keyboard, without any markdown, bullet points or word processing assistance. So start practicing your answers on a keyboard and not on a Word document. Probably use Notepad in a in a rectangular dialog box kind of shape, or you can use a website. I'll tell you a website which has a similar interface to your exam, quillbot.com. You can use quillbot.com for your practice when you're practicing on your own. And on our website, guys, on our platform, EduTap platform, we have given you exact interface of your exam. I'll show you the interface, guys. This is the interface that we provide you, and this is the kind of interface that you will see in your exam. So you will be writing your answers in a dialog box. You will not have your whole screen to you. You'll be writing your answers in a dialog box. So make sure you practice writing in a dialog box. There will be a timer on the screen. There will be a word counter on the screen, which will keep on telling you how many words have are left. There will be a timer on the screen, and then you will have your options for question 1, question 2, question 3. You write your answer, you submit your answer, and you move to the next slide. So that is how you have to appear in your exam. So make sure you simulate this interface. This is very important, otherwise you will feel very awkward while you are writing your answers. Then enforce word limits. Train your mind to hit the exact word count, which is typically 600 to 620 words, depending upon the year's notification. But for the last 3 years, we are seeing the same word limit, 600 to 620. And the word limit is restrictive. You can't go beyond 620 words, guys. So you have to target as close to 620 as possible. So train your mind to hit the exact word count. How do you do that? Count your average number of words. For example, let's say you're writing 15 words on an average for every sentence. So that means you have to write 40 sentences in your essay. And let's say you are making 8 paragraphs in your essay. So that means 5 sentences for every paragraph. That makes it 40 sentences, right? So this is how you control your word limit in your exam. So train your mind to hit the exact word count, which is 600 to 620 words, efficiently. Writing too much wastes precious time, and writing too little signals a lack of depth in your answers. Develop your stamina. Guys, if you don't practice it over and over again, it becomes impossible to complete it. So if you aren't used to typing continuously under the time pressure, your fingers will freeze and your mind will follow. That means you'll be stuck. So weekly mock typing sessions will quickly build up your confidence. As I told you, you can use our mock tests. So we have given you 5 full-length mock tests exactly on the simulation of your exam. Use those to practice your answers, and we will evaluate those answers for you. And guys, one more important thing to remember: by shifting your focus from what if I don't know the topic to I have a bulletproof structure for any theme, the fear naturally transforms into a systematic execution of your preparation. So the more you practice, the more you read about different verticals, and the more you practice these topics, the more confident you will feel for your exam. Right? So as I told you, practice on your interface and in a time bound manner. Make sure you complete your answers in 35 minutes. Then many students have this dilemma. Sir, on what criteria will our answers be evaluated? Your answers will be evaluated on the basis of the following: your content knowledge, relevance to the topic, clarity and coherence of your ideas, depth of the analysis and the thesis that you are giving, use of evidence, use of data points and statistics, language and style of presentation, originality and creativity, and organization and structure of your answers. So these are 8 core points of evaluation in your exam. So guys, when you are writing your answers and when you are evaluating your answers through AI, ask AI to evaluate your answers on these 8 verticals. Note them down: content knowledge, relevance, clarity and coherence, depth of analysis, use of evidence, language and style, originality and creativity, and organization and structure. So that is what makes you stand out in your exam, in your on the D-Day. Now guys, what are the key target areas that you have to focus on if you are preparing for this organically? First is grammatical accuracy, because the more mistakes you make, the more negative marking you will observe in your answers. Error-free articulation, no mistakes whatsoever, spelling mistake, typos, punctuation error, or you miss a word in between, so that will be considered a mistake. Use of good vocabulary and backup thesis, another very important aspect of your articulation. So good use of vocabulary, right, and good backup thesis. That means good supporting statements, good data points, good statistics, good mention of relevant examples. They'll be key to your answers. And logical drafting skills, writing your answers in a structured in a equitable and in a logical manner. That is very important for your exam. And we have discussed all these aspects in our lectures in your courses, guys. So do watch those lectures. They'll be very, very useful for your exam and for your preparation. Now, guys, what are the sources you can use if you're preparing on your own? Now, guys, if you have enrolled with us, you'll have the fodder material available to you. In the fodder material, we have given you 40 tentative topics with detailed information on those 40 topics that you need to prepare for those, for such topics in your exam. So 40 tentative topics for this year with updated fodder material. Newspaper articles and editorials, use these for ESI topics, relevant ESI, economic and social issue topics. For online articles, do refer to PIB and Livement. They are, very useful. And for your financial topics, either use Economic Times or Business Standard. So use these three different sources for your, for your reading or your, let's say, comprehension ability. Then use Wikipedia and Google for your research. Make sure you follow the relevant sources and you only believe on the official sources that you read upon. And guys, last but not the least, use AI to help you in assessing and improving your answers. AI is your next best friend as of today, guys. The more you use AI for your answers, the better your answers will look at the end of the day. So AI can tell you every mistake that you make, every improvement that you need, and how to structure your answers better. So use AI to your benefit and be smart in your preparation, guys. So that is what I have to tell you in this session. So guys, I hope this will help you in your preparation and in your journey ahead. You can enroll with us in our test series, in our courses. The links are given in the description of the video, so go check out the links. And if you still have any doubts, any queries, please feel free to get in touch with us. You can call us on this number during the office hours, which is 8146207241, or you can also drop us an email at hello@edutap.co.in. That's our official email ID. So thank you so much once again, guys. Keep on working hard, keep on giving your best, and I'm sure you will come out with flying colors. So all the best for your exam and for your endeavors, and see you on the other side. So thank you. Have a good day and happy learning to all of you, guys.